Security matters to the Bomas of Kenya, where bipartisan talks are underway. My colleague Abdiaziz Hashim is on that bit. Abdi, good afternoon.
Well, good afternoon to you as well. Good afternoon to you as well, Irene Mchuma. Thank you so much for coming to the Bomas of Kenya. This is what we have been covering for the better part of this particular morning. Of course, the Azimio leaders as well as the Kenya Kwanza leaders this morning flocked to the Bomas of Kenya to continue the round 2 of talks that kick-started last week. If you do remember last week, they were unable to reach on the agenda. So this particular morning, we were anticipating the chairs, that is Kimani Ichung'wah, the majority leader of the National Assembly, as well as the Wiper Party leader, Kalonzo Musyoka, to come up with tackling. So far, that has not been the case. They have just briefed us 30 minutes ago, informing us that they are yet to agree on the agenda of that particular meeting. The technical committees on both sides, unfortunately, were unable to come with a synchronized agenda that was supposed to kickstart this conversation this particular morning. Even we went as far as asking them if we should stick around so that they can address us later in the day, but they have said there is no need for that, given that the team itself has not come up with the agendas. The reason as to why is because Azimio and Kenya Kwanza have 5 different issues on the table. Of course, we do understand the Azimio leaders are clamoring for the cost of living, which has led to 3 cycles of anti-government protest. However, Kenya Kwanza have clearly maintained that that is a no-go zone issue, and as well as the issue of inclusivity. You have heard it from the head of state himself and other leaders from the Kenya Kwanza in his 5-day tour of the Mount Kenya region, saying clearly, in other words, that there will be no nusu mkate government. That has been the stance of the government. Well, the ODM leader as well as the Wiper Party leader Kalonzo Musyoka clearly stating that they do not want any part of the Kenya Kwanza government. That was the only thing they have agreed to so far. But the issue of the cost of living is at the heart of the disagreement between the two coalition. It remains to be seen, Irene and our dear viewers, if these particular members will come to that particular issue of discussing what we do understand with certainty, what they can discuss this particular morning. And in the course of this particular 1-month period they have given themselves of the month of August is the embedment of the Prime Cabinet Secretary's office into the Constitution, the official creation of the opposition leader, as well as the matter of CDF, and finally the 2/3 gender of representation when it comes to seeking offices in every electioneering cycle. That is what so far we have been able to gather. We also do understand that the Azimio leaders, of course, members have been guided by the ODM leader Raila Amolo Odinga to stick on that particular issue. So we do understand there will be back and forth between the 2 members of the team on that particular issue of the cost of living. That has been the bone of contention between the 2, and of course that's why we have seen 3 cycles of demonstration from for the better part of last month and early this particular month. We've even heard the ODM leader Raila Amolo Odinga clearly stating that even if the talks will not be successful, they'll be back on the street once more, but that is a matter of wait and see. There's this issue of memorandums being brought to this particular committee. We witnessed it last week with a Tiati member of parliament, that is William Kamket, who was proposing the additional of counties, 56 counties to be exact. We currently have 47. He's arguing if the members of the bipartisan committee are touching on the embedment of the Prime Cabinet Secretary and the office of the opposition leader. Mind you, those are offices not even constitutionally recognized. That is why they want to embed it in the Constitution. The MP is arguing if they're going to touch on a Constitution, that means a referendum. So there are a number of issues that they would like to review before the Constitution is fully implemented. The 2010 Constitution is also yet to be fully implemented. Today we witnessed a resident coming all the way from Homa Bay County trying to petition the members to include the bipartisan talks, not just politicians, but include the religious leaders, to include other institutions or professional bodies that are not within the constitute of the political realm, as well as the government. And the Wiper Party leader Kalonzo Musyoka has clearly stated that that is a matter they will take under review so that they can bring on board those particular leaders. We do know that for the better part of the last 2 months, the religious leaders have been clamoring to include this particular discussions, other members, so that that, of course, for the embetterment of the 54 million so that the talks can go forward and something can come out of this particular issue. Also, the issue of what is on the table for the Kenyans in this particular talks is yet to come out. Hopefully, during the course of this particular talks, we'll see if the issue of the ordinary Kenyan, who is the Mwananchi, will be brought out. Back to you, Irene.